Okay, we are making a beautiful flower for a Mother's Day gift, and I got this canvas from the Dollar General, so it's just $1. And I'm just gonna peel this off. I made my plan on a white paper, so this is just a little mini canvas. It's 4 inches by 4 inches. They probably have other small canvases at the Dollar Tree, but I just happen to be at the Dollar General. And then I'm just using 3 colors of acrylic paint. So I have red and white, and these I did get at the Dollar Tree. And I'm also using yellow. Now I didn't have any acrylic yellow, so I'm substituting with this tempera. I'm gonna see how that works. So again, so these would only be, you know, about $1 each at the Dollar General or at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to try to make some orange. So I'm going to take a little bit of this red and add it to my yellow, and then see how this comes out. So yeah, that's a nice bright orange color. So I think I can stick with that. So that was like a lot of yellow and then a little tiny bit of red. And I like to use the back end of my brush to mix my colors. That way it doesn't get the end of my brush all messy. And then I just wipe that on a paper towel. So I used the red and a little bit of red and a lot of white to mix up this pink color. And I wanted it a little bit lighter, so I just took a little scoop out of here and I moved it over to this side of my tray, and then again mixed that up. So I think they actually sell these trays too at the Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And then you could get, you know, just a small paintbrush to use. So I'm going to start in the center here of my flower, and in the center of my canvas I'm just going to dot a little bit of my yellow, and I'm just going to wipe off my brush on my paper towel. I don't really like to use a lot of water when I'm using acrylic paints. Try to keep my brush dry for the most part. And I'm just going to dot a little bit of the orange. Around that. Okay, I'm going to clean out my brush. So I tried to use a limited amount of colors just because I didn't know how much you would need to buy. And I'm going to get a little bit of red, and I just, you know, I used just the end of my brush. And I'm going to go around the center here. Kind of working my way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6. 6 flower petals. So I'm just kind of sketching it lightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the nice thing about acrylics is that if you do make a mistake, generally you can paint over them. It's usually a process of just sort of like letting it dry for a bit. And then painting over it with the other color. Now, these are not real high quality paints, obviously. So you might need to cover it with some white and let it dry for a bit before you go over it with a different color. But it is good to know that if you do make a mistake, it is pretty simple to change that up. So I did my plan in crayon because I didn't buy more than one canvas. Sometimes you're on a budget, and this project is definitely budget friendly. Okay, I'm going to take some of my pink, and I think I'm actually maybe going to take some of my darker pink first. I didn't clean out my brush. I'm just going to kind of let it overlap and blend with my red. Again, I think I'm going to go back to my red, and then again, I'm not cleaning out my brush. And just sort of blending that in. That looks nice. I don't know if I really like this whiteness here in between my orange and my red. So I think I'm going to try to fill that in a little bit. Okay. And I think I would like to go even lighter with my pink. So I'm going to actually clean out my brush because I did go back to the red. And I'm going to dry it good, or dry it out well, and then I'm going to switch to my lighter pink. So you can see that the lighter pink actually does sort of cover up that darker pink when I'm overlapping here. So I think again I'm gonna go back to my darker color, which is my darker pink, and sort of blend on top. Alright, and I'm going to go back to my red. So I think I'm actually even going to clean out my brush again. I don't know if you can tell, but it just sort of seems like this lighter pink is on top of the red, whereas now that I've added this red on the top of this one, now you can kind of see that the red is the top color again. And that's more the effect that I want. So it's nice that with these 3 colors that I can get a palette that has more than 3 colors by mixing. So I'm just kind of extending those petals right out to the ends of my canvas. And if my red starts to look a little too harsh and too much like a line, then I can always add a little bit of my pink along the edge. So I did not clean my brush after the red. And I just kind of smoothing out anywhere where I think the lines look a little too much like an outline, and more, I want it to look more like a shadow. And we just want it to be more gradual. Okay, so when I get to a point where I feel like my petals look nice, then I'm ready to work on my background a bit here. So I'm going to dry my brush really well. The tempera just isn't as thick as the, even though this is a nice high quality tempera, it's just not as thick as the acrylic. So I really have to make sure I have a nice dry brush here. Yeah, and so this is the orange that I made, and it's really, really thinned out. From that yellow. But it's still a nice bright color. So now if I tried to do this orange, I can see on top of the red, it's not going to cover it. So if I had like an actual acrylic yellow, probably would have had better results with using it to layer or color paint over another color. But I don't think I really need to. Anyways. So if you're looking to study an artist who did beautiful flowers, Georgia O'Keeffe is a wonderful example. And I'm just taking the straight yellow. So I thought this, you know, a nice little painting like this is a good idea for Mother's Day or someone special, because as a gift, because you don't have to take up a lot of their wall space or, you know, shelf space. Maybe they want to put it on a little shelf. And it can still be beautiful even if it's small. And done on a budget. So I hope yours turns out really beautifully for you, and that you know someone that you can give this to that would really enjoy your work of art. Have a wonderful day.